let's get warm. So line up middle toe with the knees. Just draw the tailbone down and drop the shoulders. Take a breath in. And push in front there. Out wide, breath in. And arms come down. And again. Just keep those arms circling forward. So try and think about opening out the shoulder blades. 2 more. And then just hold those arms in front and give me a twist left to right. So it's just a quick mobilisation today. Arms come up and stretch over. Bringing those arms down slowly by your side and just drop the shoulders away from the ears and circle the neck all the way around. Other direction. And do that again. Other direction. Come center and just allow those shoulders to drop forward. Reaching for those toes, knees a little bit soft. Take a deep breath in and slowly unfold, knees soft and tuck under. And again, reach those arms all the way up and just bring them to shoulder height there. And then just shift across, center and across. So if you need to step a bit wider, just step a bit wider. I'm going to bring the arm all the way up and over, other side. So just increasing that stretch. Now round the back in the center. 2 more. Roll all the way down, so chin to chest. All the way and hold it there, just a few deep breaths. On the next breath out, slowly unfold. Bring the shoulders back, big circle behind. And drop into a slow squat there, so sit back in the heels. So as I'm squatting, I'm shifting my hips out behind, flexing at the ankles and flexing at the hips. Last one. Bring those arms up and circle round. And again, bring those arms in front and twist. Now add that extension in the middle. Other side. So head, neck and shoulders, push them all the way back. Last one. Arms come out wide there, and just shift across, center and across. Now bring the arm over. Other side. 2 more. Round in the center, nice and big. Open. 2 more. Hold those arms up and then come to the other direction there. So really open out that chest and take some deep breaths in. Last one. Now just take your fingers to your hip bones and give me a big circle with those hips. Other way. And tuck under, tilt and reverse tilt. There. Hold under, tuck under, hands to the thighs and round. And so just mimic that pelvic move there. Tuck under and tip away. Just 2 more. This time roll all the way up. Shoulders come back. And just circle out 1 foot there. So circle the ankle. Other way. And other foot, circle. Other way. Just step wide there. And nice and wide on that squat. So it's a little bit more energetic on that squat. I want you to reach up on the diagonal and open. 2 more. Other side. Open out. Really think about that breath. Last one. Arms come up. Forward fold. All the way down. Hold that stretch. Relax that head. Walk it forward and keep the legs wide. And climb your left knee into the centre and back. And the right and the back. Last one. Drive the hips up to the ceiling. Come up. And drop. Give me those climbers again. 4, wide to narrow. So these you can do on your knuckles, Anna. 2 more. And drive up. And drop. Last set. Climb. Centre. Centre. 2 more. And walk the hands back through. Bend the knees for me slightly. And slowly unfold. Arms come down. Just drop the head down and lift up. Last 2. And 1. Arms come up. Step together. And arms come down. Okay, so we go straight down. So your first block. So coming down into plank position. So the first block is all core. So there's a lot of planking that's going to go on here. So these are minute intervals. So as soon as you're down on your mat, onto your tummy, and then get ready to come straight into plank position. Okay, here we go.
Your training begins in 4, 3.
Okay, ready? Basic. So just holding that basic plank. So you've got a whole minute here. Now you can drop to your knees, but it is just concentrating on your plank position. So abs engaged, lock out through the fronts of the legs, neck in line with the spine. So you're just holding strong.
Halfway there.
Okay, so you've got 30 seconds left and then you'll turn straight into a side plank. Maybe lift those hips a little bit. Make sure you're not collapsing through the lower back. Almost there.
4, 3.
Okay, turn. Full or half side plank. Second minute, crunch. And extend. Crunch. And extend. So you're pulling that knee in. Drop the hips back and down.
Get ready.
And again.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Good. You know what I didn't do? I didn't let you have your rest. I think there's a rest in between, aren't I mean? So I'll allow you that rest in a minute. Good. Come on, really driving those hips. And again.
Halfway there.
Okay, and turn it. So in your own time. Turn to the other side. And exactly the same. We're going to crunch that side plank. And extend. And again. Good. So keeping those hips really stacked. And extend. Good. So you could just hold your side plank as an option. You don't have to crunch your knee in. Keep that elbow right underneath you. You keep going.
Get ready.
Really reaching with that opposite arm. Reach it up and crunch. Good.
3, 2,
And come onto all fours. Your last block. Hand comes to the side of the ear. I want you to open out, stretch, and come under. And again, Anna, you might need to go on your knuckle here. So open and open the shoulder. So open the chest, rotate, open the shoulder. Good. So I'm really focusing on range here. You could slow it down. You don't have to use the music. You don't have to. Good. We'll keep opening out. So get ready to change sides. It's really working on the thoracic spine.
3, 2,
And so change. And under. Take your time to change over. It doesn't have to be quick. So I can really feel as I'm lifting and rotating, stretching that chest. I can feel my abs getting involved as well.
get ready.
All the way. So open. And under.
3, 2, 1.
Good, come on, open out. You've got about 15 seconds on this side. I'm really working it. So it's a lot of repetition. So if you do need to rest in between, then just give it a rest out. Good.
Halfway there.
Good, so taking your hands into the mat there and just coming to a downward dog just to finish with a stretch on that first block. I'm just going to pedal those feet through and just get those feet moving and feeling the stretch come down the back of the legs. Now relax the head, neck and shoulders.
4, 3, 2,
And come down. Okay, just circle. Okay, so we're going to do the whole block again. I don't think we need the rest in between, okay, so that's why I'm being mean. But you can rest for longer if you need to. So we start with the plank, second time through, and I might tweak it slightly. So ready? Neck is long.
4, 3,
Coming up and holding that plank.
1.
Okay, I'm going to offer you the option here to come into a hip rotation. So just tweaking the move slightly. So I'm rolling hips from left to right, but stop in the center. So again, you can do it on your knees. There. And again, you don't have to go with the music. For some of you, that's going to be too fast. It does make it a little bit more hit style if you're moving faster with the moves. But you've got to work this for you. Good, you've got about 15 seconds and then you come to your side plank.
4, 3, 2,
And Come into that side plank for me. We're going to crunch and extend. Now I am going to tweak this halfway through on this side, so make sure that elbow is right underneath you. Under. And again.
4, 3, 2.
Just hold your side plank for the last 30 seconds there. And just pulse up and down. So it's a hip drive in a side plank position. Try and keep your neck in line with the spine, everyone. If you need to rest it out. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add the thread the needle in between the two side planks, just to give you a bit of a stretch. So whichever arm you are kneeling or leaning off, that's the arm that's going to be moving next.
Halfway there.
Okay, so come into your all fours position, the arm you are leaning on. Take the fingers to the temples and then just open the chest. So this is the arm that you were just working off, and that should feel like a really nice stretch through the waist and through the chest and through the shoulder. Good, and the reason I'm keeping my finger to the temple is because I can go a little bit faster with this in that hit style. Good, so control, under, lift and stretch. So you should be feeling that you're getting a bit sweaty now, because it's faster pace.
Get ready.
Are you ready for the other side plank?
4.
Okay, so coming over, side plank on the opposite side. So get your positioning, elbow right underneath you. Now crunch and push. And again, crunch and push. Nice work, good. So neck in line with the spine. And push.
Halfway there.
Okay, holding that side plank. And lift and drop. So driving. Drive that hip up. Nice, good. So I'm really starting to feel that, and that arm you're leaning on, you're going to really feel that stretch when we come to thread the needle. Keep going.
4,
3, 2, back onto all fours. So open and under. Take your time to get there. Get your positioning right, knees under hips, hands under shoulders. And again, abs are tight. And if you need to slow this down, slow it down. Good.
3, 2, 1.
So really open out. Under. Does make you sweat a lot more, doing it a little bit more speed behind it. Good. Few more seconds. So that's our first block almost complete. Okay, there we go. So that's your first block. So just coming onto your bottoms, we've got 30 seconds here to start. So we're going to start with our roll-ups, and these are all based in a seated position. So no equipment needed, just sit tall and on your seating bones, and arms in front, and try and relax those shoulders.
4,
Okay, so straight into your roll downs.
1.
We come over and lift. So let's think about arm positioning, either in front or reaching up. Got it there?
Get ready.
And exhale as you lift. Push that lower back down.
4, 3.
So you're halfway. Keep pushing that lower back down. Remember, exhale on that effort. And here would be harder still. Almost there. Okay, so coming into your next move, just lying on your back. Bringing one knee in. I'm going to crunch, center, knees come in, and change. Knees come in. So I'm lifting, crunch, knees together, and crunch, and knees together, and crunch, and knees together. And that's when your head, neck, and shoulders come down. And knees together. Start to feel that now. Crunch.
Get ready.
Knees together. 2 more. Crunch. Last one. Crunch.
3,
Knees together. Roll up. Okay, so half roll back is your next move. Palms coming left, center, and right. Center. So just shifting the arm movements. Now you've got to keep that connection. There. Further back, you hold it, remember, harder it is. Again, I'm going with the music just because it's hit style, but you can slow it down if you need to. Oh, feel that? So your last move in this block is a roll up with a knee pull in. So it's a full roll up. 3, 2, 1. So in, 1 knee, and away. Now remember, if you don't want to do that full roll up, then just do that half roll back and then crunch that knee in. So that would be your option. And away.
Get ready.
In and away. In, so nearly halfway on these. Either all the way or halfway.
3, 2, 1.
So you're halfway. Good. So I'm just going to add at the end of this exercise, before we go into our second round of the block, just some lower back stretch. I'll make these count, every 1 breath out.
Halfway there.
Okay, so knees come in. So that's your first time through on that second block. And I just want you to do some knee rolls just to release through that lower back. So just a bit of stretch and coming back center. And to the other side. So use this as your stretch. Push those knees as far as you can over to the side. Keep the arms wide and just go for that lower back release. Keep going. And then we're going to do the whole block again. So pull those knees back center. Exhaling, engage those abs.
Get ready.
Okay, so we're ready to start again with those roll-ups. Take the legs back down, arms come over and up we come, basic roll-ups. All the way down. Remember to exhale on that lift. Positioning those hands either in front, ceiling, or fingers to temples. Grab my water. How are we doing? Nice work, good.
Halfway there.
So halfway. Almost.
4, 3, 2.
So into that third exercise. Half roll back, remember? Push, 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 push. There, so you can do one in the center, side, center.
Ready.
Good, keep rounding the back so it's a C shape. The further you take those arms off to the side,
3,
the more you're going to feel that waist firing up. Halfway. Come on, really pull back with those abs, supporting that lower back. Almost. You keep going, you keep going. Remember this one?
halfway there.
Okay, join me. So one knee comes in, you crunch. And then knees together and drop the head, neck and shoulders. Other side, crunch. Straight in. Really pulling that knee in tight. So in. Knees come together. And in. And knees together. I'm really feeling that now. Make sure you're pushing that back down into the floor. Halfway. And again. Have a look what you're doing. Nice. Good, control it. Come up with the crunch. Good, exhale on that crunch. Are you ready to roll up? Pull in the knee. So legs extended. Pull in and away. So these are the ones that are now killer second time round. Or half roll back. In. So we've kind of just progressed the move that we were just doing. In. And again. So we're going to go back to that lower back stretch in a minute, the knee rolls.
Halfway there.
Almost there, almost there. One, exhale. Nearly.
4, 3,
Okay, so take 30 seconds and do some knee rolls, arms wide, and just take it over. And if you feel you need to hold those legs there for a few seconds, hold them. Don't keep them moving, hold them and feel that stretch. And then when you feel ready, other side. Keep going.
2, 1.
So either holding or moving, and I really want you to allow for that lower back to open out. Coming back. Just a few more and then we start with block 3.
Halfway there.
Okay, so when you're ready, coming all the way up, turning over onto all fours, block 3. First 2 exercises, I'm dropping down to my tummy, rotation with the back, so lifting and release. We haven't started yet.
3,
Go into position.
1.
Okay, so when you're ready, just a rotation and drop. Now, whilst you're rotating and lifting one arm, could you also lift and almost pull the elbow back slightly and then push slightly in front of your body
Get
now?
ready.
Pull back and bring those arms slightly in front. Elbows are still bent, but just bring them slightly in front.
3,
Rotate and lift
1.
and drop. And again. So again, just got a little bit of a twist from the middle of the back. Just working across those shoulders and the middle of the back. Keep drawing that belly button away from the floor. Just a couple more.
Halfway there.
And just coming all the way up into Superman position. So knees underneath the hips. I want you to extend and bring it down. Other side, extend. Opposite arm to leg. Now, make sure you're not collapsing through your lower back. Extend.
4,
Again on your knuckles, Anna.
2,
And extend.
1.
So you're squeezing with the back of the leg and with the glutes, lower back's connecting, but your abs need to be tight.
Get ready.
Okay, so your next exercise, knees or toes, hands are narrow.
4, 3,
I'm going to do a tricep dip,
1.
yeah, and come up, squeeze the elbows in, and stretch in between there. Yeah? So we drop down slowly, knees or toes. 3, 2, 1. Slowly up and push and stretch. So drop. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Squeeze those elbows. Now, Anna, that might be a bit tricky for you. And if it is, you can always get your dumbbell and just do some tricep extensions there as an alternative. Up to you. Elbows tighten. And then stretching by sitting back into the heels.
4, 3,
Last exercise in this block. Come up into climbers. In and away. In and away. So straight into that core. Anna, if you're struggling now, just mimic that into leg presses.
get ready.
Up to you. It's up to you. Good.
4, 3,
You've got 30 seconds left there and away. So in and away. In and away. Good. In. Really pull that knee under. Get a whole powerful climb. Come on, zipping up strong. Nearly there.
halfway there.
And just tucking under, round the back and gently rock back into the heels. Just lower back release. So we've got that whole block to do again. Just take those arms up and around you, interlock the fingers.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, coming back into position. Rotation, back extension. So pull and push. And again, pull
Get ready.
and push. Abs are tight through. Good.
4,
30 seconds left. So I'm really trying to lift as high as I can with that pull back, with that twist. I'm really feeling the back connecting. Probably down one side more than the other because you're coming up and over, don't forget. Remember, we've got our Superman next.
Halfway there.
And coming up into Superman, knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. When you're ready, opposite arm to leg, extend and bring it in. Come on, pull those abs back. Extend and bring it in. And change.
4, 3,
Good, squeeze back.
1.
Go halfway. And again. Keeping that neck in line with the spine.
Get ready.
Nearly there. So we've got those triceps coming up.
4, 3, 2.
Ready, elbows in. I'm going to sit back in mine first. And then I'm going to drop. Good. So it's a fluid move here. When you're dropping, squeeze those elbows in. We want to be tackling the backs of the arms. So coming back.
Halfway there.
So 30 seconds to go. So remember, we're going to be finishing on those climbers. I'm going to tweak the climbers from narrow to wide this time. Okay, so I'm going wide to narrow. Pull it into the centre. This is your last minute in this block. And we've got one more block to go through. So pull wide to narrow. Without rotation, just wide to narrow.
Ready.
Good, so wide to narrow. And away. Pull in and away. Pull in and away. Nice. Try and separate those shoulder blades. Come really pulling that core back tight. Really tight. You're nearly done. You've got about 15 seconds. A few more.
Halfway there.
And come up to your knees, interlock your fingers. Just release through the wrists. Take the arms all the way up into the back of the neck and just pull down. So because it's constant, you should be feeling really warm now, probably really thirsty. Gulp in the wine. And come all the way down, your last block. So we start with shoulder bridge. Okay, so because I'm going to come really wide with the legs. As I come up, I'm going to touch my knees. And as I come down, I'm going to drop.
Ready.
I'm going to touch my knees and drop. Ready?
4,
3, 2, 1. So drive up, bringing the knees together, and then drop. Now, the only time I want you to change this is if you're feeling any twinges through your knees, in which case just drive those hips up and keep your knees and ankles in line. But otherwise, I'm going to squeeze those knees together and then drop. Drive up. and release.
Halfway there.
I have to say, Zoomers, it's not the best view from here. And again, squeeze. Now, hold your hips up. Hold and keep it wide. Keep the knees wide and pulse. And pulse. And pulse. Keep the knees wide. So push those heels.
3, 2, 1.
And drop those hips down. Well done. Okay, so we go straight into a full crunch. Legs are going to come up in the air, hands behind the head. So I'm going to pull the knees wide. So a nice reverse tuck there. That should feel quite good on that lower back. In and away. And again, crunch and away. So that reverse tuck, bring the shoulders up and bring your knees to your armpits. And again, in. So are you crunching evenly, or do you find yourself tilting over to one side, which I definitely do. So I can feel one side of me working harder than the other. So I've got to really try and rectify that, be really conscious of it. Keep it going.
Halfway there.
And rolling all the way up. And we move into our back sweeps. And again, I'm going with the music, but you don't have to. So roll and lift. So rotate. So you can slow this right down. Remember, I'm just doing it hit style. 30 seconds left. Oh, really feeling that waist working today.
Get ready.
So the last exercise in this block,
4,
you're going to lie flat,
2, 1.
straight leg, one leg lifts, and the other. And again, I've speeded it up just for the hip purpose. You can slow it down. A tiny crunch and a leg lift. So crunch and crunch. So do slow it down if you need to. Can't stress that it up. I'm just going with the music here. Get ready for the halfway change.
Halfway there.
Okay, so I'm just going to keep my feet down. I'm going to reach those arms and give me your 100s for your last 30 seconds. Come on, push down, brace those abs, pull that pelvic floor muscle back. So chin to chest. If you're feeling strain through the neck, then support it and just hold it there.
4,
3, 2, and 1. Stretch. Okay, so we've got one more round, guys. One more round with those shoulder bridges. So bringing those feet back up and wide, wider than your hips. Actually, no, bring them narrow. Sorry, in line with your hips. Have a look. As I drive up, I'm going to push wide. As I come down, I'm going to bring together. So I've reversed
4,
it. So feet hip distance.
2,
Heels nice and close to your bottom. Drive up and push wide. So you'll find you have to roll onto the side of the feet. Up and push wide. Nice. So up and push. So really feel the side of your buttocks coming in there. Up and push. Good, nearly halfway.
halfway there.
Now keep those knees coming to the ceiling and just drive the hips up and pulse it there. So we're narrow on the legs, just pulse that shoulder bridge for that last about 20 seconds left. Shoulders away from the ears, keep squeezing. armpits, that bottom lifts away. In and away.
Get ready.
So you're nearly halfway. You can pull those knees as wide as you can, keeping your big toes together.
4, 3, 2.
Sitting up. Sweet backs, remember? And again, you can go slower. You can go slower. Just make sure you're tucking under as you roll back. Lovely, good, really good. So you're nearly halfway there, nearly halfway.
Halfway there.
Got 30 seconds left and you've got one more exercise. Don't forget this last move, it's a straight leg sit-up. And so, hands behind the head, and a crunch. So I'm pushing the lower vertebrae down into the floor. Really trying to feel below the belly button, connect and brace. Now you can carry on doing these if you don't want to do your 100s. So halfway, so come up. And pulse those out as fast as you can. Pull those abs down. Pull those abs down. Remember, if you want to carry on with your crunches, you can. Just choose what's working for you. Nice, good. Keep those arms going. Keep them straight. Keep them straight. Nearly there. Good, nearly there. Few more seconds.